Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? So I wanted to do this hot take because something, if you've been following this channel for any length of time, you know that I've been seeking and searching for is what is going to change in this health crisis, right? I have often said and been saying for 6 or 7 months now that I think this is going to be my generation's Great Depression. And what I mean by that is the Great Depression changed behavior of generations. And I lived through the dot-com crash, the Great Recession, 9/11, and lots of other things. Nothing impacted the generations that were going through it. I believe what we are experiencing now, the length, the duration, the pain, is going to impact us for years and decades to come. Specifically, I believe millennials are going to fundamentally reshape what happens going forward. They are the largest generation. I believe they have been dismissed by baby boomers and Gen X for far too long and for silly reasons. I believe the millennial money habits that are changing and evolving right now are going to be things that we need to appreciate and respect because they will impact businesses for the next several decades. So let's talk about what's happening right now. First and foremost, we are a consumer-based economy. And if it's not obvious to you, let me just say that being a consumer today is very different than just a year ago. Many consumers are increasing their consumption and purchase via apps and their phone. The years of growth in malls and brick and mortar are over. I've done articles, or there's been articles written in the last several weeks about the 1,100 malls and what percentage of them are going to be converted to a different use. That is the impact of millennials and this environment. Just reducing the value of storefronts. Again, I think that continues and accelerates. And there will be retailers that are born out of this crisis that never have or have very different, almost virtual reality storefronts. Again, I think that is something that is happening now and will become obvious in the future. Savings. Something that we have seen in this crisis that really occurred in Q2 but has continued is people are saving more. Significant percentages more. And again, that is something that likely continues going forward. Because they're saving more, what they're really doing is they're lowering their cost of living. One of the things that I think is an investable trend and why I like affordable rentals is we are seeing more work from home. We are seeing people leave and flee dense areas. I've done videos about a couple that was renting a 4,200 square foot home in Battery Park that now owns a $1,000 a month mortgage on a house. Their quality of life is better, right? Their money goes further. They can save more. I truly believe as people spend less on things they don't need, they eat at home more, that these things are going to continue and be a part of us for years and decades to come. I believe taxes, both federal and state and local taxes, are now things that people can consider when they locate. Historically, the job, you went where the high income jobs were. And if you look at New York and the Bay Area, those also happen to be very highly taxed areas. Now these companies that exist here are increasingly looking to adopt talent in other cities and other states. You can now be one of their employees and move to another location. I believe taxes are now something that people can consider. Just look at Graham Stephan leaving California. He just did a video yesterday or the day before where that young man is making $4 million. $4 $4 million mainly on YouTube. Just by leaving California to Vegas, he's going to save roughly 14%. That's a lot of money. He basically can buy his Las Vegas house for his tax savings. Pretty easy decision, right? More and more investments. Another thing that we are seeing in this crisis is millennials are investing more. How many videos have I done? How many articles are out there about Robinhood, E-Trade, all these other apps seeing record new trades and investors? It has been since the dot-com crash where new investors have dominated the market. And I believe that is net a good thing. As we have seen, the baby boomers own 50 some odd % of all the wealth. Part of that wealth is the millennials only own 2% of stocks. That will change over the next several decades. Baby boomers will exit. They'll go to cash or bonds. They'll meet their maker. And millennials will come in behind and own more and more of the stock market. Something else we are seeing now is people are paying down debt. I believe the millennial generation is not going to take out the same level of consumer and credit card debt that past generations have. It is becoming a far more frequent conversation about consumer debt, credit card debt being a bad thing. When I was growing up and going to college, I just remember the tables with all the pretty girls getting their college students and freshmen to sign up for credit cards. I remember that. It's not happening, at least in the same numbers today. And then finally, a big one for this channel, a big one for me personally, is I believe home ownership, certainly for the next 4 or 5 years, ticks up. I believe a lot of that is because of millennials. I believe millennials delayed home ownership. They've delayed historical life decisions as marriage and kids. And as Jonathan Twomley and I talked about just this last week, more and more millennials are actually buying homes with their significant other, not their wife, not their husband, just their boyfriend or girlfriend for lack of a better term. They're going in it together and it's becoming an investment together. So again, I believe home ownership ticks up, and that is a net good thing. So in the end, I think millennials are going to be the generation that changes markets. I believe they are going to start to flex their muscle in the financial markets. I think they're going to flex their muscle in the political landscape. And if we don't respect, appreciate, and watch what they're doing, they're going to prove that we made a mistake. So let me know what you think. That's what I'm watching. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. If you're still watching and you haven't hit subscribe or thumbs up yet, help a brother out. All right, take care of yourself.